Technology is being used to define us, and it's criminalizing us.
Congress has required biometric entry-exit visa tracking systems.
So you see how fast that was?
Yeah, instant.
Federal thieves, terrorists, they've all come across our cameras.
It's being done with no oversight, no regulation.
Is facial recognition being used to over-police people like you?
Most definitely.
And now?
You have to touch the screen? Just touch that and get your, as your face is in it.
So now I'm enrolled, so now I just touch it, get my face there. Whoa, that was quick.
Whoa.
That was less than a second. I'm Ahmed Shahabuddin, and I came here to learn how facial recognition is evolving rapidly through smartphones, machine learning, and algorithms.
We have tons of different threats coming everywhere.
Yeah.
So it is very, very critical that we do have strong security in place.
I learned that facial recognition is replacing passwords and fingerprints, preventing online identity theft, and increasing security.
Banks are really looking into this for multiple reasons. One is they definitely want to reduce fraud.
But there are concerns about the technology's accuracy and bias. Members of law enforcement have facial recognition on their cell phones, with little regulation over how it's actually used. San Diego's police department is one of many in the US that use facial recognition. It's also Aaron Harvey's home.
This is Lincoln Park.
So you have memories all over these?
Yes, yes. Growing up, there wasn't a point in time where I didn't know everyone who lived on almost every street.
When Aaron hit his teens, the city became two different worlds. Police began stopping him frequently. Today, he organizes against gang documentation. Aaron tells me facial recognition was used on him during one police stop in 2013 while he was trying to get to work.
I'm like, look, man, I got my license, registration, insurance. I don't even know why you're pulling me over.
Aaron says police insisted they take his photo.
So I wouldn't take it, right? So then they put me in the car. That's when it was like, okay, look, you're gonna take this picture or you're gonna go to jail.
What went through your mind as he was taking the picture? Do you remember?
I hope that they're not trying to connect me into something, right? Because why else do you need my picture?
San Diego police declined to be interviewed for this story and told AJ Plus they have no records of using facial recognition on Aaron. Aaron told me he's been stopped by police so many times that he no longer counts.
You think you're about to die, right? Your heart's racing. You almost kind of like, it's like you got concrete boots on. You almost can't even move, right? You're immediately immobilized because it's a terrifying experience, right?
Facial recognition software creates data points that compare facial features. Databases are built from driver's licenses, mugshots, and surveillance video. The initial technology was developed in the 1960s. Today, it's replacing fingerprinting and police lineups. Facial recognition databases used by law enforcement in the US include 117 million adults. That's 1 in 3 Americans. I met up with Claire Garvey, co-author of the Perpetual Lineup. She's a leading expert on how law enforcement uses facial recognition.
We have to start being aware that a photograph is no longer just a photograph, it's a point of identity.
Claire says facial recognition will have a larger impact on people of color and women.
Face recognition was originally a military technology that was deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan, and we haven't really thought through the process of, we start deploying it domestically. What are the different considerations? Or do we just deploy it the exact same as we did in a conflict zone?
A year after Aaron was photographed by police, he was arrested in a gang conspiracy case.
Do you think facial recognition factored into you being implicated?
Most definitely, right?
Aaron says the district attorney's office used police stops and photos to frame him as a gang member.
It concerns me that, we're becoming normalized to being surveilled and also traumatized.
He spent nearly 7 months in jail before the case was dropped due to lack of evidence.
Was it as rough as I would imagine?
I lived in a war zone for 7 months.
At KBLK Radio, Aaron is a regular guest who speaks out against gang documentation. I went on air with his friends to discuss facial recognition and over-policing.
Okay, you got 20 seconds.
20 seconds. 26 San Diego law enforcement agencies used facial recognition software on more than 20,600 occasions.
So they're just collecting data.
Yeah.
They're just collecting data. That's what the police are, a data collection agency. There's no clarity to their tactics at all. It's not like they're holding seminars or sending public service announcements through the schools.
Or informing you.
They're not informing you of nothing.
But when they stop you, they don't tell you
They don't tell
why
you. No.
or what the rights are.
Parents tell your kids they do not have to have their picture taken. Because they're getting them 15, 16-year-olds to get their picture taken, and they so scared and shook up that they just do it.
Yeah, what we're looking for is to be able to get about 100 pixels between the eyes.
I wanted to understand why law enforcement uses facial recognition. So I sat down with Peter Trepp, the Chief Executive Officer of Face First. The company creates a mobile facial recognition app used by law enforcement.
They've got a pretty long range. They can, get 80 to 100 feet away from the subjects. We've caught a number of just really bad people out there. And
really?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, child predators, federal thieves, terrorists, they've all come across our cameras.
Facial recognition developers say the technology has become more accurate with the advancement of machine learning.
Cops are put in all kinds of very difficult positions every single day. I think if they can get a tool in their hands that helps them know who they're talking to and what that person may be all about, what their intentions are, what their history is, I think that helps them do their job better.
We will have a proper tracking system. It will be on land, it will be on sea, it will be in air.
We've all heard about how President Donald Trump wants to build a massive new wall here on the border with Mexico to crack down on immigration. But what you might not know is he also wants to build a virtual wall with facial recognition to track people crossing the border.
The technology was piloted at the border in 2015. But records show that Immigration and Customs Enforcement had one of the lowest match rates in the region. Last year, the Department of Homeland Security asked companies in Silicon Valley to research technology that could identify people through the windows of cars crossing the border. Accuracy is an issue, and low-quality images can lead to mismatches. In London, when police tested the technology at an African Caribbean celebration, it had a 2% accuracy rate. But in China, the technology has become so advanced that authorities identified a person in a crowd of 60,000 people at night. The Chinese police released this video filmed at a concert in Nanchang City. The man traveled 56 miles to the concert with his wife. The Chinese government accused him of economic crimes.
The applications for face recognition are really open to the imagination of the agencies that have access to these databases.
Student activists organized a protest last fall to voice opposition to police and Border Patrol brutality. That led to a student-faculty development of a new combined Black Chicano history class.
We need to find ways to work together in order for both of our people to be liberated.
On our last stop, I head to Pillars of the Community, where Aaron organizes with Khalid Alexander.
We've seen lessons from the war on drugs and gang documentation, all of these things and how they intersect.
Is it possible to think that facial recognition technology won't be used by law enforcement in this country?
No, I don't think it's too late. I think there's always an opportunity to fight back and to push back against these types of systems.
Aaron still has nightmares of getting pulled over again by police.
I don't think we need it. Law enforcement has enough tools. They're just casting a wide net. We don't want this. We didn't even ask for it.
The work of an organizer is draining, but he continues to speak out.
I'm angry, scared, terrified, afraid, paranoid, anything negative you could possibly think of emotions that I feel about them having this type of technology. Why was my freedom taken away from me?
Hey guys, it's Ahmed. That was episode 1 of our 5-part series on the dark side of tech. Be sure to watch the rest of the series and don't forget to subscribe to AJ Plus.